Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Ahead this late night, a historic day as the country's newest institution for creatives begins accepting students. Orientation Day at the Creative and Performing Arts School campus. Salary increases on the way for thousands of civil servants, but some are calling the move political theater. See how the Labor and Public Service Minister is responding to critics. And students in public schools received the country's first ever Bahamian history textbook. Written by Bahamians, meant to teach them the Bahamian story. Those stories, the days of the news, this late night, Monday, September 22nd, 2025.
The Bahamas tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
Good evening, and we're glad to have you with us this late night. Well, it is meant to be good news for thousands of civil servants poised to receive pay raises later this year, but it's news that's being met with mixed reviews and even some skepticism. We're talking about pending salary increases outlined for public servants expected in the December payment. The recent review exercise for thousands of government workers was carried out by the Ministry of Finance. Today, Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pierre Glover-Rolls, shared these comments on those salary adjustments.
Our government has been giving increases 2022, 2023, 2024, and now 2025 because we promised to bring our public servants up to where they should be. Prior to this, there's been no increase for public servants since 2016. So we're happy to be able to do what we can to improve the conditions for our public servants. In this instance, this is bringing their salaries in line, according to the Ministry of Finance, with their counterparts in the region.
That's the minister talking to reporters at an event at the Sybil Strawn Primary School this morning. Employees not covered in the June adjustment will receive a minimum of 2 salary increments, with the size of the increase varying by category. The purpose is to close the wage gap between the public service and the wider public sector and ensure fairness for Bahamian workers. College graduates, including graduate nurses and graduate teachers, will see their base compensation increase by about 19% over the same period. Once again, here's the minister.
That has nothing to do with the salary review. There are varied avenues for public servants to access increases in the public service. One is officers serving with degrees. There's a continual culture of upskilling in the public service. And as employees upskill, they get rewarded through increments for attaining a higher level of education.
Other news here at 11, Agriculture Minister, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, revealing that efforts are underway to secure land for farmers selected to grow marijuana plants for medical, religious, and scientific use nationwide. This is cannabis legislation that will create a legal and regulatory framework for the use of cannabis, was passed in both houses of Parliament last year. Minister Campbell contends the land unit is doing its part to ensure that the required acreage will be ready for farmers.
There are 5 areas right now under consideration, and as you know, this particular industry won't be as simple as, just farming in the ground. So we're doing soil evaluation, et cetera, with the likes to ensure that the best location is picked and selected for once it becomes necessary.
The Public Hospitals Authority is addressing public concerns tonight about dialysis services and reports of a sewage leak at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Officials confirming the last sewer-related leak happened back in 2023 and was repaired. They add that a more recent leak earlier this year came from an air conditioning installation after heavy rain and was not connected to sewage or waste. The authority says while all dialysis patients are provided temporary access for treatment, demand for permanent access continues to grow. Scheduling is ongoing weekly with efforts underway to expand capacity and reduce wait times. The PHA says it takes these concerns seriously and is committed to swift resolution. The Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence is firing back after learning that the Valley Boys were excluded from government's recent funding presentation. In a statement, the group says it was shocked and disappointed by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag's remarks suggesting they would not receive funds because of a court ruling, noting the matter is still before the Court of Appeal. The Valley Boys add they were previously assured in a meeting with the minister that they remained qualified and eligible for funding. Despite the controversy, the group says preparations are well underway and the world-famous Valley Boys will be on Bay Street this Boxing Day and New Year's Day. Well, Minister Bolag responding firmly when reporters asked him about the matter, stating that the Valley Boys are misleading the public.
I met with two of the executive of the 1958 Valley Boys, or the world famous as they call themselves. I instruct them to provide the necessary documents and TIN number that every groups provide legal document from the government that will make us compliant as a government ministry to provide them with seed funding. They say they will go ahead and do that and bring it back. According to the law, I, as the minister, or my ministry, cannot supersede the ruling of the court. And the court indicated and made a ruling that one group has the title to the name and one doesn't.
More to come from that story for sure. The Trade Union Congress officially installing its newest affiliate organization. The 46-member United Artists Bahamas Union is now an officially recognized bargaining agent for musicians and artists across the country. The UAB, as it is now known, looks to make a more equitable playing field for local artists who've often been disenfranchised in favor of foreign acts. The union's president, Leonard Lynx Cavallo Ferguson, a legendary musician himself, highlights some of the other concerns the executive body expects to tackle head-on.
Copyright, that's a hot issue. People are complaining that they're not getting their monies. That's one we're going to tackle. The foreign artists that are coming in, we want to make sure that Bahamians get an opportunity to grace the stage and make some of the monies and be paid properly.
The president, along with Vice President Nicholas Jacks, Secretary General Anita Ellis-Tice, and Treasurer David Funky D. Ferguson, are among the union's executive team. They were all officially installed during a brief ceremony Thursday. The president also using the occasion to send this message to those local entertainers whom he feels diminishes the value of the industry.
Them fellas who in the music industry who want to sneak and dodge and go and work for $500, we are going to put you out of business. Because what you're doing is you're causing an issue for the other people who are working hard and investing thousands and thousands of dollars in and then when the time comes for you to get an opportunity to perform, you tell the fella, I only want to do this for a couple of girls or some collect. Well, some people doing this for a living. And so if you're doing it for collects and girls, we're going to put you out of business.
There is much more news to stay up for this Monday night still to come. A hearty breakfast for primary school teachers. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight at 11. Stay with us.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Get this straight to our new sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, ASAP.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, quick.
New sales and marketing office in Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor, on my way.
Sales and Marketing Office, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor.
You could have caught a ride with me. We're only a block away from ZNS.
ZNS Sales and Marketing has moved to the 5th floor, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West. For more information, call 502-3800.
Continuing with more news this late night, Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, confirming today that all outstanding issues between the government, teachers, and principals in New Providence have been resolved. However, she admits challenges remain on the Family Islands.
As we speak, in the Family Islands, we expect today to get word from the Public Service Commission on the remaining principals in the Family Islands. This was a combination of factors, including early retirement, unexpected resignations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
One key issue Minister Hannah Martin noted is a challenge not unique to the Bahamas, but one faced by several countries across Latin America and the wider region. That is the ongoing shortage of teachers.
I have principals in every school, so there'll be no shortage. What we are facing is a shortage in certain areas in education, teachers.
Officials are calling this one a milestone for the performing arts sector. The country's creative and performing arts school, Campus, was officially launched today with its first group of students. The school offers free tertiary level training in the creative, performing, and production in the arts. LaDawn Davis has this report.
If you can sing, dance, or act, then and if the answer is yes, you may want to audition for the CAPAs next year, full-time or part-time. Today, some 52 persons registered to take part in CAPAs. Now I'm joined by the director, Mr. Ian Poitier. Mr. Poitier, I know it's been a long day, a long, long day for you. Talk to us a little bit about orientation and, I guess, the way forward for CAPAs.
Well, it's been an amazing day and quite overwhelming. Our first student arrived at 6:45 a.m. Registration didn't start until 10. And the program was supposed to start at 11. Everyone was here and ready, so we started at 5 to 11. And it's been amazing. You know, the energy and enthusiasm the discipline, the kind of excitement was all in the room. We have a week and a half of orientation now to happen. So they're having did a number of exercises this morning and a lot of trust building work that started this afternoon. It's going to continue in tomorrow. They're going to be streamed to different groups depending on their strength. So for the foundation year, everyone has to act and sing and dance. And so whatever your kind of strongest one is, that's the group you'll be put into. And if you have the talent, if you have the inclination, if you think you might, come and check us out, because this is a life-changing opportunity, you know.
Life-changing, indeed. So I think I'm going to get my vocal cords together, and I'm going to get my acting skills together. I think Ian is going to teach us all a little something so that we can all audition for Kappas.
And can I say, you know, I'm really grateful to the media for highlighting this, because this is an important way for us to communicate the opportunity. You guys are a part of the creative industries, and we want to be engaged with you, you know, for our students to come and intern with you, to help training with your staff and so on. So I'm really grateful and appreciative for it. Thank you very much for paying attention to us.
And thank you. Back to you in studio.
All right, thank you, LaDawn, showing us there that it's never too late for a second act. Well, it has been more than 4 decades in the making. Today, Bahamian students are finally getting a new history textbook, the first major update to the country's high school curriculum since 1982. Wes Calix Forbes tells us more.
A historic moment in education today as the Ministry of Education officially distributes the long-awaited Towards a Common Loftier Goal history textbook to schools across the country.
The textbook, produced by 12 Bahamian authors with contributions from the University of the Bahamas scholars, covers overlooked chapters in the national story.
You're going to see some distinct things. The book, everything about this book is Bahamian in terms of its creation.
The Minister of Education and Technical Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, who is currently the acting Prime Minister. She called this book a milestone in ensuring students connect deeply with their national story.
This is a very important day because this is where our young people will begin to learn the history of this nation and of our people, evolution of the Bahamian people. So this is very important for them in terms of solidifying their feet on the ground, standing tall, shoulders back, heads held high. This is what we want our young people. We don't want them carrying legacies from any historical painful eras in our lives. We want them to understand the power of their being.
District Superintendent for Maguana, Inagua, Crooked Island, Auckland, and Long Island, Jerome Forbes, reminded educators that this book belongs to every child in the Bahamas, wherever they may be.
We do on the family islands, we do a lot of field trips. So we take the students to see some of the relics, some of the plantations. As a matter of fact, while in Kidd Island, we would have weeks that we take the students out on the slave plantations where they would look at some of the drawings on the wall and the ship drawings. But having this textbook, it'll be more formalized now. They can now read about it in the book and then go on the field trip to see what they were talking, when the writers wrote it, what they were talking about.
With this history book in the hands of students, education officials say the goal is clear: to ensure that every young Bahamian, no matter where they live, has a deeper understanding of the nation's past and a stronger foundation to help shape the future. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
And one more note here from education. Since coming to office some 4 years ago, Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, the Honorable Pia Glover-Rule, has been hosting a welcome back breakfast for students, teachers, and faculty at the Sybil Strawn Primary School. Minister Glover-Rule says she chose the 3rd week of school to distribute the hot meals to allow the students, parents, and teachers to settle in.
I bring them a nice hot and hearty breakfast, but I also bring them some items off their wish list as teachers. You know, our teachers do a lot for themselves in terms of preparing their classes, preparing for the students. And so wherever I could give them a little hand to help them through the year, that is what this day is about. We look forward to it, and it's an opportunity to even hear how the first few weeks have been going for the students.
Over now to our Amajol Knowles, who's here with a preview of what's ahead in late night sports.
And after 8 days of competition, action wrapping up at the World Athletics Championships. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy on noon. Signature, what's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. Ghost pepper wings. Now
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome to your Monday evening sports check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. After 8 days of competition over in Tokyo, Japan, the World Athletics Championships came to a close on Saturday at the Japan National Stadium. Closing things out for the Bahamas on Saturday would be our final athlete in the competition, decathlete Kendrick Thompson, finishing off his 10 events in the men's decathlon. Just the third time in the history of the Bahamas that we had a decathlete compete in a global outdoors meet. And for the first time, one would finish in the top 10 as he would finish 8th overall. Now, a short overview of the Bahamas' performance at this year's World Champs. The 242 failing to bring home an individual medal for the first time in recent years. The Bahamas' top finishes would come from 60-meter world record holder Devin Charlton, who would make another global final in the women's 100-meter hurdles, where she would take home a 6th place finish and a season's best time of 12:49. Also making the finals of the women's 200 meters would be Anthony Strawn after powering through injuries in the semis to secure her spot, but would ultimately be scratched due to a false start. And there will be a new WNBA champion this year after Jonquel Jones from New York Liberty were ousted from the playoffs this weekend. Jones posting just 3 points along with 13 rebounds. But Phoenix Mercury star Alyssa Thomas would score 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists in her 5th career playoff double to help the Mercury advance with a 79-73 win. Brianna Stewart, 5 days after spraining the MCL in her left knee in overtime of the Game 1 win, scored 30 points, including the last 14 in the 4th quarter for the Liberty. Serena Ionescu added 22, but the rest of the Liberty struggled. Now a tough offseason lies ahead for the club, with about 80% of the league set to become free agents this offseason. Eyes will be on the Liberty's 2020 #1 overall pick, Serena Ionescu, as she's slated to be an unrestricted free agent for the first time in her career after extending her rookie contract in 2023. Also from over the weekend in baseball, over 23,000 players have played in the major leagues. Just 49 of them have ever hit 30 home runs and swiped 30 bags in the same season. The latest, our very own Jazz Chisholm Jr. joining a very exclusive club on Friday, accomplishing something that had only been done 3 times previously in New York Yankees history. Chisholm swatted a 2-run homer in his club's loss to the Baltimore Orioles and joined the exclusive 30-30 club. This despite missing 29 games with an oblique injury earlier this season. The 27-year-old was named an All-Star in July, and since joining the Yankees in a deadline deal with the Marlins last year, Chisholm has 41 home runs and 49 steals in 168 games. And the John McEnroe Tennis Center at Bahamas was buzzing with action this past weekend as nearly 40 juniors ages 17 through 18 competed in a UTR round-robin tennis tournament, while the center also hosted its first ever UTR pickleball tournament. We caught up with an organizer as well as participants post-match.
It was great traction. UTR, it's app-based, it's online-based, and it's a universal tennis rating system, as Nikita explained earlier. And basically, it's worldwide, so we can attract players from away, which is great for Bahamas heads and beds, right? As well as the local players here can get some international recognition home in their country. They don't have to travel away, which is great. And then it's match play based, and they did a round robin this weekend, so match after match after match, which is what they need to continue their development.
I feel like I've performed really well. I tried to play my game, my serve really worked, and I really liked it a lot.
This is a good opportunity for, people to come out and play. And I feel like I played pretty well, and I'm happy with the level out here and how I played, yeah.
And let's look at your sports on this Monday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Get this straight to our new sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, ASAP.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, quick.
New sales and marketing office in Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor, on my way.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor.
You could have caught a ride with me. We're only a block away from ZNS.
ZNS Sales and Marketing has moved to the 5th floor, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West. For more information, call 502-3800.
It is time now for a look at our weather forecast this late night, and for that we say good evening to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Happy Monday to you, Basil.
Happy Monday to you as well, Carvel. And the tropics continue to heat up. We have two areas that we're keeping our eyes on. The first one, this one has about an 80% chance of development, but the good news is the computer models are all suggesting that it will make that turn towards the north, and that it will come pretty close to the Bahamas, but this is the one we have to watch for. Later on in the week, around the 26th, 28th of the month, this one, the Hurricane Center is giving it a 50% chance of development, and that could come dangerously close to the Bahamas, and we'll have to keep our eyes on this very, very closely, and we'll keep you posted of its development. But we continue to monitor Hurricane Gabrielle, which continues to hold on to that Category 4 status. It has made that turn towards the north-northeast. It's moving in that direction at some 12 miles per hour. A maximum sustained wind still holding at 140, but that will change. We will see some reduction in those winds as we head into tomorrow, and that will continue to decrease in intensity as it moves over the cooler waters of the central and north Atlantic. And as we take a look at our satellite picture, we still have that trophy smack across the northwest Bahamas, and that will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms, some which could be locally heavy at times. And we also pick it up, that is Gabrielle on our satellite picture, well-defined eye as it moves towards the north-northeast. And then that first tropical wave, which we're giving it an 80% chance of development, that's nearing the Leeward Islands, and just closely behind that, that is the second one. And this is the one that we're going to keep our eyes on over the next several days, as it could impact the Bahamas later on. Temperatures around the islands: Marshall, Barbacoa, 82 degrees. Grand Turkey at 80. 80 degrees also in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands at 83. Allenstown, Bimini, 85. 84 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 82. Alderstown, Kid Island, also at 82 degrees. Picking up more 82s in Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, North Andros as well. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 81 degrees. And as we take a little further south, those 82s continue to pop up. San Salvador and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 2 degrees up at 84 degrees, and we're picking up at 81 in Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megawana, 82 degrees. Ackland's reporting 82. Pretty warm in Matutani, Nagua at 88, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. And your forecast tonight. This is how things are looking. Mostly cloudy, still very warm, and an evening thunderstorm still possible in parts of the area, followed by a thunderstorm in parts of the area later on tonight, with your low temperature hovering just around the 80-degree mark. And then tomorrow, a couple of thunderstorms in the morning, otherwise cloudy with some sunshine making its way into our forecast tomorrow afternoon, by the way. High temperature should get up to 88 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, we will continue to have those pop-up showers, particularly in the afternoon, right through Thursday. It gets a little better when we get into Friday, but they will return again on Saturday and Sunday. So it's pretty much a summer-type pattern that's in place, and that will be with us right through the weekend. But we'll see lots of sunshine when we head into the early part of next week. Monday starts off with brilliant sunshine, and we start to pick up those 90s again, which we have not seen for quite a while. Carvel.
Thank you, Basil, and thank you for being with us this Monday evening. I'm Corvell Pye from And For All of Us. Take care, be well, and remember, we will be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Ennis. This is ZNS.
Hey, William, Darnell, Peanut, and M. Hey, I just want to thank